Form 940. Okay, so the Form 940, which looks like let's look at the 2023 so that we're consistent. All right, so this is what it looks like. So kind of looks a lot like the 941. Again, the identifying information over here. Type of return, we don't have quarterly choices over here like we do with the 941 because this is an annual form, right? Not a quarterly form. So, but there are some options if it's an amended, so you filed one already and you made a mistake, so you're fixing it. Successor employer, so that would mean you've purchased the business, but it's the same business, continuing business, but kind of new ownership. If you didn't make any payments to employees in 2023, just mark that. If this is the final one, then you would mark D there. So your state abbreviation is here. So if you only worked in Iowa, you would just put IA there. Let's see, if there are multiple states, or if you are subject to a credit reduction, you have to fill out this Schedule A. We'll take a look at the Schedule A in a second. Calculations down here, total payments to all employees. So that would be your total wages. And then all the payments that were above and beyond that $7,000 or amount that is not included in that. You know, this would be your taxable. So what we're arriving at here is our taxable wages. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, that's down here. Total payments in excess of $7,000. Any payments that are exempt from food tax that would have been included there. So some of those pre-tax or non-tax benefits that are included in there would be subtracted. Total payments that you made to each employee that was over and above the $7,000 there. And then this, you're going to add these lines here. So these are the amount, this is the amount you're going to subtract from your total payments in order to get to your taxable payments. And then food tax, you're going to take that times the 0.006 or the 0.6% there. Don't really need the adjustments. Let's see. And so then your total tax after any adjustments, but like I said, we're not going to worry about any of those adjustments, and then the total amount due. Let's take a look at the schedule. Oh, you do have to break down by quarter what your tax liability was. So not the wages or not the taxable wages, but how much tax you owed for each of the quarters. There, and then the Schedule A, I don't think it's included here. This is only filled out if you operate in multiple states or if you are subject to a credit reduction. So it looks like for 2023, California and New York would have been included in that, and the Virgin Islands. What's that? Virgin Islands in the Caribbean. Yeah. And that's what the 940 looks like. I know that's a quick and dirty, but pretty much taking you to the end of the time. Okay, so we already talked about this. Annual deposit is due with the 940 unless you've already reached the $500 threshold at some point earlier in the year. Then you have to pay it once you reach that threshold. We looked at Iowa and the contribution report, and that's pretty much it. Any questions? Okay. Come with questions on Thursday, okay? So start working on the homework and see what questions you have. All right, have a great day.